Hi everyone, today we are going to solve the problems related to trigonometry which appeared in public examination of SSC 2018 March. Okay, 2018 March questions related to trigonometric chapter we are going to solve. Okay, so first we have this, they used to ask in paper 2, which is not there in now coming public examinations. Okay, leave it whatever it is. Now we're going to first solve section 1 question, which is for 1 mark. Section 1, first section, this is for 1 mark question it is. So what they have asked here, it is problem number 4 in that public examination paper. Find the value of tan 2a, find the value of tan 2a if cos 3a is equal to sin 45 degrees. This is what they have asked for 1 mark question. Okay, so what they have asked to find sin 2a, they have asked to find. So to find tan 2a, we should know what is the angle A. So first we have to find angle A. Once we are able to find the angle A, then we can find tan 2a. Okay, so to find the angle A, what we have to use is what they have given, the condition that cos 3a, this is given. Okay, so we can write it as given here, cos 3a is equal to sin 45 degrees, sin 45 degrees. So sin 45, it is, we know that it is 1 by root 2. Since it is 1 mark, directly you can substitute do the problem. So sin 45 degrees, we know it is for specific angle of sin 45, it is 1 by root 2, and we also know that cos 45 is also 1 by root 2. So this 1 by 2 is for both sin 45 as well as cos 45, it is 1 by root 2 only. So on the left hand side we have cos 3a, and the right hand side we have cos 45 degrees. Because sin 45 they have given, and sin 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 also 1 by root 2. So we can replace the sin 45 with directly with cos 45. So both the sides, left hand side and right hand side, we have cos, and we can equate the angle here, cos of the angle 3a and cos of 45. So we can write it as 3a is equal to 45 degrees. 3a is equal to 45 degrees. This 3 degree also you can write. So now angle A is nothing but 45. This 3, which is multiplication in left hand side, now when it comes in the right hand side, it comes in the denominator. We know that 3 15s are 45, so we get it as 15 degrees. Okay, so angle A is equal to 15 degrees, we get angle A is 15 degrees. Now what they asked to calculate here, tan 2a, they are asked to calculate. So if you substitute the angle A here, tan 2 into 15 degrees here, tan to 15 degrees, that is nothing but tan 30 degrees. What is the value of tan 30? You have to memorize these specific values. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3, tan 60 is root 3, okay, sin 45, cos 45, 1 by root 2. These values you have to memorize, then only you can very fastly you can solve this. Okay, so this is one question they have asked for 1 mark in section number 1. Next we go for section number 2, where they have asked a problem related to this trigonometry. So in section number 2 they've asked, and this is section 2, we're going to have the number of marks for this is 2 marks. This is a 2 mark question. So what, and this is problem number 8. Problem number 8 in the public examination of 2018 March. So what they have asked, the problem what they have asked is find measure of the angle. You should be carefully understand what they have asked. Okay, find measure of the angle A and B. So you should not confuse what it is measure of the angle or A and B. So simply what they are asking, measure of the angle A and B means find angle A and B. Find angle A and B. They just given to confuse little bit. Like this only the external, that is final examination papers will be there. Public examination paper, little tricky it is. Find measure of the angle A and B means it is nothing but they can even ask find angle A and B, find the value of angle A and B means you can directly understand. They just made it little tricky that find measure of the angle of A and B. Okay, and they have given the condition as they have given earlier. If cos A minus B is equal to root 3 by 2, and these two they have given in the problem. Sin A plus B is also, it is root 3 by 2. So this it is given. Okay, cos A minus B is root 3 by 2, sin A plus B is root 3 by 2. They are asking to find the measure of the angle A and B means nothing but find the angle values of A and B. Right. So from the given value we know that first you can write given is cos A minus B is equal to root 3 by 2. Cos A minus B is equal to root 3 by 2. And we know that WKT you can write for, we know that cos of the angle 30 degrees is nothing but root 3 by 2. Cos of the angle is equal to root 3 by 2. So if you compare this equation and this equation, you can write the names also, or you can directly write the values A minus B equal to 30. So if you observe these two, this is cos A minus B root 3 by 2 and cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Okay, so here both the right hand side of cos A minus B and cos 30 root 3 by 2. So we can equate this angle A minus B with 30 degrees. A minus cos of the angle A minus B is root 3 by 2. Cos of 30 is also root 3 by 2. That means A minus B is equal to 30 degrees. So this we can take it as equation number 1. Okay. Now another condition they have given, that sine of A plus B is equal to root 3 by 2. Sine of the angle A plus B is equal to root 3 by 2. So sine of the angle A plus B is root 3 by 2. And we know that with respect to the specific angle of sine of the specific angle sine of 60 degrees, sine of 60 degrees is root 3 by 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Okay, so here we have sine 60 root 3 by 2. If you compare the right hand sides, both are root 3 by 2, and in the left hand side sine of the angle A plus B and the sine of the angle 60 degrees. So we can equate here A plus B is equal to 60 degrees. This we can give it as equation number 2. Okay, is it clear? Right hand side of the sine A plus B and sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So left hand side sine of the angle A plus B and sine of the 60. So A plus B is equal to 60 degrees. Now solving the equations 1 and 2, that is, we write equation 1, it is A minus B, what we got, it is 30 degrees, and here a plus b we got it as 60 degrees. So if we add these two, just adding these two, so what we get, plus adding a plus a, 2a we get, plus b minus b will get cancelled, 30 plus 60 we get it as 90 degrees. So we get here it as 2a is equal to 90 degrees. From this a is equal to, if you bring this 2 on the right hand side, we get in the denominator of the 90 degrees, and we know that 90 divided by 2, it is nothing but 45 degrees. Okay, so a value we got it as 45. So one of the angle which they have asked, the find the values of a and b, then we got angle a is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, now this angle a value 45 degrees we can substitute in equation number 2, or you can substitute in equation number a, any one equation you can substitute. Here we substitute that in equation number 2 where we have plus. So a plus b, so you can write from equation 2, a plus b is equal to how much we have, 60 degrees. And from equation number 2, a plus b is 60, and a we just got here 45 degrees plus b is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, now if you bring this 45 degrees on the right hand side, we get it as b is equal to 60 minus 45 degrees. So what is 60 minus 45 degrees? It is nothing but 15 degrees. So we got the angle value of b also, which they have asked. So we got the value of a 45 degrees, and we got the value of b as 15 degrees. Therefore you can write a is equal to 45 degrees, b is equal to 15 degrees. Okay, to check whether the values which we got is correct or not, you can substitute in equation 2 or 1. A plus b 60, 45 plus 15 is equal to how much, 60. That means what we have done is correct. So like that you can verify the answer if you have time. Don't worry, if you have time you can just verify for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, this is the problem which is there in section number 2. Next we solve the problem which is in section number 3. So why I am telling, now you have a different pattern of question paper in the coming public examination. So what is important here is what are the type of question which used to ask earlier. So just concentrate on the questions and the number of marks which they used to ask. Okay, so don't worry about section 1, 2, 3. You just concentrate on number of marks which they used to ask. 4 marks question it is. Now in this section 3, earlier is 2018. Okay, it used to be in paper 2 of mathematics. Don't worry about paper 1, paper 2. No, it is not there. Only one paper you have. Future videos I will make one question related to new pattern also. Then we'll see. Now what you have to understand is what the question they used to ask for how many marks. Don't worry about which section what it is. Just you concentrate how to solve the question related to trigonometry which they used to ask in the previous years. That you concentrate. Okay, in this prove that this is problem number 15. Only for your reference I am giving this problem numbers 15. Earlier I have given 4, then 8, and now 15. Don't worry about that. So in problem number 15 they ask two questions related to trigonometry which is for 4 marks. Both will solve now. Okay, so first question, because they used to ask or this you have to solve. So for 4 marks both will solve. So prove that what they have asked, the question is prove that cos A divided by 1 minus tan A plus sin A divided by 1 minus cot A, 1 minus cot A is equal to sin A plus cos A, is equal to sin A plus cos A. So right hand side we have sin A plus cos A, and the left hand side we have it as cos A by 1 minus tan A and sin A by 1 minus cot A. And we start with the left hand side because that is a bigger equation which I have given. Left hand side we have tan cot also, so we can substitute what is tan value, what is cot value. So we start with LHS is equal to, we have cos A, LHS is cos A divided by 1 minus tan A, sin A divided by 1 minus cot A, 1 minus cot A, right? And we know that, okay, whenever you find tan A is nothing but sin A divided by cos A, and also we know that cot A is reciprocal of tan, that is cos A by sin A. So we have to substitute this tan A value here and cot A value in this, both the terms. So we have cos A in the numerator divided by 1 minus tan A. This one, 1 minus tan A. Tan A is nothing but sin A divided by cos A plus sin A divided by 1 minus cot A. It is given 1 minus cot A. And we know that cot A just we have written, which is reciprocal of tan A, that is cos A divided by sin A. Cos A divided by sin A. Now if you observe here, we are going to take the LCM in the denominator of both the terms separately. So cos A divided by, in the denominator of the denominator we have cos A as the LCM, and here we have 1 by 1. So cos A by 1 is cos A into 1, we get it as cos A, minus we have here cos A, here also cos A, this cos A divided by this cos A, it is 1. 1 into sin A we have 1 into sin A, it is sin A. Okay, so here we can write it as sin A. So what we got, cos A divided by cos A minus sin A divided by cos A plus, okay, this plus here sin A as usual we write, which is in the numerator, whole divided by, in the denominator of denominator we have sin A. Okay, sin A we take as the LCM, and as we have done in the previous term, sin A by 1 is sin A into 1 it is sin A, minus this sin A divided by this sin A, it is 1. 1 into this cos A, that is nothing but cos A we get, right? Now what we are going to do, the denominators of the denominator, that is this cos A we take in the numerator, this sin A we take in the numerator, that is it goes into numerator. We are not going to take, because this cos A is in the denominator of the denominator, so automatically by the, it is in the denominator of the denominator, so it goes into the numerator. So cos A into cos A in the first term, so we get a cos square A divided by cos A minus sin A. In the second term, sin into sin, this sin into sin we get, so that is nothing but sin square A whole divided by sin A minus cos A. If you observe here in the denominators, this one is cos A minus sin A, this is sin A minus cos A. So we just change the, we take out minus common from any one of the denominator, so that we can make both same. Okay, so cos square A we write as it has divided by cos A minus sin A. In the second term, in the denominator we take out minus common, minus 1 you can say, minus 1 we take out common. So this sin A plus sin A becomes minus sin A. The minus cos A it becomes as plus cos A. plus cos A minus sin A. Earlier it is plus sin A, now it becomes minus sin A. Now this minus cos A becomes as plus cos A. Okay, right. In the numerator we have, it is nothing but sin square A. In the numerator we have it as sin square A. Right. So this minus which here we got, this goes into the numerator, and this plus of minus, it becomes minus. So we have cos square A divided by cos A minus sin A. Here we get minus sin square A divided by cos A minus sin A. Okay. So we get the LCM here. If you observe, both the denominators of the terms are same. So LCM is nothing but cos A minus sin A. Cos A minus sin A. So we know that already we have done earlier, this cos A minus sin A divided by cos A minus sin A, it is 1. We get 1 into this cos square A, we get it as cos square A. Minus, here we have this minus. Okay. Now again same, this cos minus sin divided by cos minus sin, it is 1 into sin square A, we get sin square A. So now if you observe carefully, in the numerator we have cos square A minus sin square A, which we can write it as, we know that A square minus B square is equal to A plus B into A minus B formula. So here A is nothing but cos, B is nothing but sin. So A square is cos square A and B is nothing but B square is sin square A. So if you write A plus B into A minus B, we can write here it as A is cos A plus sin A and A minus B is cos A minus sin A. Okay. So cos square A minus sin square A, we are going to write it as cos A plus sin A, cos A plus sin A. Okay. Cos A plus sin A into A minus B is nothing but cos A minus sin A. Cos A minus sin A. Whole divided by what we have, cos A minus sin A we have. So one of this numerator cos A minus sin A, denominator cos A minus sin A will get cancelled. We get it as cos A plus sin A, which is left, which is nothing but our RHS. Okay, this is what they have asked to show that it is equal to our right hand side RHS. Okay, so RHS is we got, hence it is proved or we shown that what they have asked, LHS is equal to RHS. If you write, that is enough. Okay, so we got it as equal to RHS. Another problem they have asked for 4 marks here, we'll solve that also and we stop the video after that. So in the same section 3 of 4 marks, they have asked problem number 5 only. You have to solve any one of them earlier in 2018 March, any one of these two. So same 15 question, another problem they have asked for 4 marks, any one of this, or just now what we have completed that. So what they have asked, show that secant theta. Okay, one thing you have to remember, don't confuse what when they ask theta, what when they ask A or theta, it is same, no worries. Okay, if they ask theta, you have to solve the same way. If they ask A, B, any angle, x also, in place of theta they can ask secant x tan x or secant y tan y, any one they can ask. Don't worry, it is one and the same, it is the angle only. They can change the variable here, theta x, A, B, small a, capital A, small b, capital B, anything they ask, no worries, all the same you have to solve for this. Okay, so what they have asked, show that the secant theta minus tan theta whole square is equal to 1 minus sin theta divided by 1 plus sin theta. Right, so we'll solve the problem here. We start with the LHS as usual. I am explaining little slow so that you can practice Once you got practice, you have to solve very fast in the examination, not like this much slow. Okay, for your understanding purpose I am explaining little slowly. You need to practice more and more, and main important thing in the exams is time management. If you are able to manage your time, within time if you are able to solve the questions, you can score 100 out of full marks. Okay, now secant theta we can write it as 1 by cos theta minus, we know that just now we have seen tan theta, we can write it as how? Anybody? Sin theta by cos theta. Okay, whole square, already it is there. So you have to remember these ratios. Secant is 1 by cos, tan is sin by cos. What is cot? Cot is, pause the video, think or write, what is cos theta? Cos theta is 1 by tan theta, or cos theta by sin theta also you can write. Okay, now we have in the brackets we can take the LCM as cos theta whole square, already it is there, so keep it a whole square, and in the LCM for this cos theta we have cos theta as the LCM. As usual we have done cos theta by cos theta, it is 1 into this 1, it is 1 minus this cos theta divided by this cos theta, it is 1, and you have 1 into this sin theta, that is we get it as sin theta whole square, already it is there. So we got it as 1 minus sin theta by cos theta whole square, right? So 1 minus sin theta, the square which we have outside, we are going to write for both the numerator and denominator separately. So the square which is there here, that is written separately for numerator as well as for denominator. So 1 minus sin theta whole square divided by cos square theta, and we know that the identity we have here, cos theta square, that is cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. This you have to memorize, very important. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. From this, cos square theta is equal to, if you bring this sin square on the right hand side, 1 minus sin square theta we get. Okay, so now in the problem what they have asked, in the denominator we have cos square theta, that cos square theta can be replaced with 1 minus sin square theta. This is everything we are solving for the left hand side. So in the numerator we have 1 minus sin theta whole square, 1 minus sin theta whole square divided by, in place of this cos square theta we are writing it as 1 minus sin square theta. Again we are going to use the same formula as we have done, that a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. What is a here? We can write 1 square. A is 1, b is sin theta. A is equal to 1 and a is 1 and b is equal to sin theta. Okay, b is equal to sin theta. So in the denominator what we can write? First we will write the numerator 1 minus sin theta whole square is 2 times 1 minus sin theta. So 1 minus sin theta can be written as 1 minus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta. In the denominator we have a square minus b square, that is a plus b into a minus b, that is 1 minus sin theta, that is a minus b, and 1 plus sin theta, that is a plus b. So you can write first a plus b, then a minus b, anyhow we can write. So what is important here is a plus b into a minus b we got. Now one of the denominator 1 minus sin theta and numerator 1 minus sin theta will got cancel, and we get it as 1 minus sin theta divided by 1 plus sin theta. This is what RHS, what they've asked to prove that. Okay, so out of these two problems, if you observe, the second one is easy. So this or option, if anybody got this, you have to solve. Okay, thank you for watching. Please share and subscribe. We are going, and you also subscribe and share to others and subscribe. I am going to solve further old question papers related to trigonometry and other chapters. Next we are going to start applications of trigonometry. Thank you for watching. Thank you.